Please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Okay, you're with us here on Midcap Radar. Markets looking pretty solid. 88, 89 odd points or so is where we stand at this point in time. Right on the top of the show, we're being told that we have Mr. VK Sharma, Chairman LIC, Life Insurance Corporation of India, the largest insurer in the country, joining us on the phone line to talk to us a little bit about what LIC sees as far as their damage assessment from the Kerala floods are concerned. Mr. Sharma, it's a pleasure to have you with us here. Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. If I can begin by asking you, what is your, how are you looking at the floods in Kerala? Now waters are receding. It'll take some time for the assessment to take place, but prima facie, what's your reading?
According to me, it is unprecedented crisis. I will say that, I mean, looking to the prosperity of Kerala, the crisis is more acute, I will use the word.
Okay.
And our assessment is that property, infrastructure, the damage is, I mean, it is in few hundred crores, it will be, not less than that.
Okay. Mr. Sharma, are you saying that for the industry as a whole, the amount of payout you will have to make will be a few hundred crores?
I do not know. That general insurance people can assess. For life, we are expecting that 100 to 200 claims will come to us.
Okay.
We have, from LIC, we have asked every branch, every division to create a kind of team and table wherein both voluntary as well as the official support, whatever is required to be provided, it will be done for claim settlement.
Okay.
Besides, we are trying to keep the policy alive, and we will not be asking for the delayed interest from the customers who will not be able to pay the premium.
Okay. Fair point. But Mr. Sharma, it is not likely to be a life insurance issue to a large extent. Yes, some lives have been lost. But it is more likely to be a general insurance problem, isn't it?
That is true. That we expect that it is 400 to 600 crores. It will be the load.
Okay. And do you think that this might result in deep losses for any of the general insurance companies, or they are sturdy enough to overcome it?
Normally the system is that all the general insurance side also, it is reinsured further.
Okay.
So it is not that huge to hit the general insurance companies as such. Certainly there will be a loss. Because this is unprecedented. Whatever has happened, it's unprecedented. It is kind of, I will say, semi-national crisis.
Okay. And have you aware of how the general insurers are treating this? Have they opened more offices?
Public sector general insurers, I can say that they also have done whatever we have done, that their local offices and others, they have been sensitized, and they have created the team to support whatever they can.
Okay.
That much I know.
Okay, sir. If the the claims coming will be about 500 crore, what do you estimate is you said 400 to 600, right? Then what may be the actual damage on the ground? Is there any first-hand assessment?
It is too early to say that. It is too early to say that.
Okay.
Because again, ground level assessment, it will take some time. Now, at present, primarily, we are also working for a kind of, voluntary help wherever we can provide. Our agents, our employees, all are on that only.
Okay. Mr. Sharma, has the IRDA set guidelines to make the claims process easier for the claimants?
They have also issued the guidelines, but there are standing instructions also. In such situations, we do, like earlier also in Gujarat, we had done. Other areas also we do. So what happens that we proactively start the job. Subsequently, the guidelines come. If any new thing comes, then again we adopt that also.
Since you said that they would be reinsured, GIC RE could find it a tough quarter, this one?
That
this
also,
year?
no. That much, it is not that much that it will be, affecting the company as such. Because GIC Re itself would have reinsured it to the international.
Okay.
It is
So
a kind
fine.
of
Okay, so the risk would have been hedged across the line.
Right.
Okay, what about crop insurance? Any estimated losses, say, to the rubber?
I will not hazard to guess on that because that is not, I am totally blank in that.
But that is a problem of the general
That
insurance
will be
guys.
certainly. Because
Even the crop insurance.
Yeah, plantations have been affected. So all those things are there. It will remain.
Mr. Sharma, is there a classification called a CAT event, catastrophe? Is it catastrophe event? I mean, is there a specific?
No, I will not. You will have to talk to somebody who is
from the general insurance space. Okay.
LIC is from Kerala only. You can talk to her.
Oh,
She will be the right person.
Okay.
Alice,
Right.
all right. That is Alice Vaidyan.
Yeah. That's right.
All right. Of course, yeah, it must be hometown for her.
Yeah, it is our hometown. Yeah.
We'll certainly touch base. Mr. Sharma, since we have you with us, can you indulge us with just one more question on IDBI Bank?
No. Not now.
Okay.
Deliberately, I have received your mail.
Yes,
and
sir.
I will come to you, but give me some time on
Yes, sir. The mail is pending for some time now. I will be grateful for a reply.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lata.
Thank you, Mr. Sharma, for joining us. Okay, well, it's not a life insurance problem, so we will have to get general insurers. But I think when Mr. Sharma says that's as authoritative as it gets, 400 to 600 crores is the loss that he is estimating, or the premium payout that general insurers will have to make. We'll try and touch base with all the general insurers. They are too busy to take our calls now.
Yeah.
The ICICI proves and all of the others. But as Mr. Sharma also
Lombard,
pointed out, even
Lombard, more than
Prove is life, but the others. But as Mr. Sharma pointed out, it will be spread through. I mean, insurers,
I know, they'll be re-hedged.
reinsuring, and then reinsuring, so it will be spread out. Lata, thanks very much for that. We will come back to the story. We've been getting you reactions from companies impacted one way or the other because of the situation in Kerala through the course of the day, and we'll get you more. Ashwini is with us as always on the top of the show. Ashwini, thanks very much. Sorry about coming to you a little late today, but there's 90 points on the Nifty sitting, 11,557. Your reading of the screen, and it's looking incredibly strong.
Yeah, and maybe because there were lots of shorts, say above 11,500. So my sense is that another leg towards the upside going into the close should be likely. Possibly banks, Reliance, etc. is likely to lead it. Today the good part is that almost all sectors other than IT is positive. So the broader market is positive. So given the way we've held on, I think you could actually in the last hour see short covering for those last shorts who are still hanging on to hope that maybe this is a false breakout, etc. But right now is a good time, I would think, to get long on Nifty as well as Bank Nifty. Having said that, Ultratech is a buy with a stop of 4,300, target of 4,420. HDFC Bank is a buy with a stop of 2,095, target of 2,140. And Escorts is a buy with a stop of 885, target of 920.
Okay, Ashwini, thanks very much for that. Appreciate you joining in, and we'll track those calls. We see you on the top of 2:30. That's about in an hour from now. We take a very quick break here. The first on the show, we come back and we speak with the management at Skipper Limited. We have Sharan Bansal, director of the company, join us. I mean, it's up 8% today. Last 2 days, it's up 20%. But from its highs,
markets, it's been a steady day of strong gains. So as we speak, higher by 90 points in the Nifty. At the high point, the Sensex is up nearly 1 percentage point. It's been a good day across the Asian markets as well and the European markets. So across Asia, you've got Hang Seng with a gain of more than 1%. The Chinese markets too are trading with gains of more than 1%. And in Europe, right now, at least the CAC DAX and the FTSE are ranging anywhere between 0.5% to 1 percentage point. The company which is on our radar right now is Skipper. It's down 50% this year. But today it's doing very well. It's higher by more than 8%. Sharon Bansal, the director of the company, joins in now. Sharon, afternoon, and thanks so much for joining in. You typically have two lines of business. One are your transmission towers, which contribute about 88% of your overall revenues. And second is the PVC pipes business, roughly 12% of your revenues, at least as of the June quarter. Just throw some more color on PVC pipes. What are the margins currently? What is your growth plan with respect to PVC pipes? How do you see the sales and margins trend for this particular business?
Yes, hi. Like you rightly mentioned that our PVC pipe business is a smaller business for the company. It's about 10 to 12% of our revenue. We have been implementing, we have gone in for a change of strategy in this business. We've appointed a good consultancy by the name of Vector about 3 months ago. And the idea is to exponentially increase the market share at the retailer level. And we're overhauling the entire brand and sales structure in this. So we're having some challenges with this, with these changes right now. We have experienced a dip in profitability in this quarter in this business, and we do expect that the performance will be subdued for the next couple of quarters at least. But we still hope to be EBITDA positive in this business. However, the main business of engineering products, which you rightly mentioned, primarily is transmission towers, that is stable and that is growing. That is close to 20% revenue growth also in the first quarter. So as far as the main business is concerned, the company is stable. We are experiencing some challenges in the new business, but we expect that over the next couple of quarters, this will stabilize.
Right. Sharon, so you are saying that PVC business should be subdued for the next many quarters, right? I mean, at least 4 quarters?
Next 2 quarters.
Next 2 quarters. I mean, how will things change? I mean, how are you confident that you'll be able to build up a distribution for this? I mean, it's the competition is quite intense in that space, organized, unorganized. I mean, it could take a lot longer as well, right, Sharon?
I think competition is there in every product.
Are you there? Hello?
Business. Yes, hello.
Yeah, go on. I think it broke off a bit, but yeah, you're back. Go on.
Sorry. Yeah, so I mentioned that, I mean, obviously competition is there in every product, but I think we have been giving a focused approach to this business for last few years, and we're still a new brand where national presence is concerned. But we are confident that with the change of strategy and exponentially increasing the retailer presence, we will be able to at least come back to our steady state margins of 8 to 9%, which we were experiencing till about last year. It's only that this year, with this change of strategy, we've got a hit in profitability, but we don't expect that to last beyond 2 to 3 quarters.
What is the main change in strategy, Sharon? I mean, with this consultant coming on board? Because if the idea is to gain market share rapidly, you'll have to give more to the distributor, to the retailer, in terms of what he could make from the product. Yeah?
Correct. See, any typical market across the country, none of the major more than a 10% presence at the retailer level. Our target is to take that presence to at least 25-30% in some of our existing markets, maybe 10 to 15% in the newer markets where we are going to. So we are, other companies who've implemented this theory of constraints implementation, they've had good success in the past, and we're quite confident that this will also get us results.
So this is basically you offering higher margins to distributors, retailers, and new markets that you're getting into. Is it?
No. So I think
I couldn't quite get what the strategy is. Yes.
I mean, I can put you in touch with the other concerned director. The details about the strategy. But as far as I have to say that.
So 81 points on the Nifty, 11,552 is where we are at. On to a CNBC TV18 exclusive then. Ritu Singh, my colleague, caught up with Rajneesh Kumar, Chairman of State Bank of India, and began by asking him as far as the progress made on the Sashakt scheme is concerned. Here are Mr. Kumar's thoughts.
Establishment of AMC, a lot of progress has been made and a lot of discussion is happening with various interested stakeholders. Yeah. So hopefully you will hear something very soon.
But sir, as far as the capital requirement is concerned, that had been a big hindrance. Is there any player that has shown
in the AMC, you don't need a huge amount of capital, but when the funds are set up, then you will need the capital.
Sir, also wanted to get a word in on bank ownership. Since you're a neutral party, you're the public sector bank, but in private banks, there's been a debate on whether or not it is good to leave ownership in the hands of a few. What do you think of that versus a diversified?
It has to be diversified ownership, not leave it in the hands of a few, but you need somebody to sponsor. You need a sponsor ultimately for any AMC.
Yeah.
Without a sponsor, it cannot be done.
Yeah.
But otherwise, the ownership should be as widely as possible.
So, how is the progress on the power stressed assets that you were trying to find a resolution before the
Good progress. Let us wait for say a few days more.
But sir, any buyers that you've shortlisted?
There are a lot of buyers. Lot of buyers for a lot of assets.
Sir, but has anything been shortlisted yet?
They are already done. That process is over. Now the final process is going on.
How many cases have been resolved already, sir?
It's 7.
Okay, 7 cases have been resolved in the power sector. Back to our own markets, Federal Bank is under pressure, so that's lost close to about 5.5%. South Indian Bank, also another bank which has a regional presence down south, is looking quite weak. And in the frontline pack, you've got Titan Industries, which is slipping as we speak. So just a quick update on Kerala. The rain has subsided after almost 2 weeks of incessant downpour, and it's resulted in a massive flood situation. We'd spoken to various companies earlier today on how the situation has impacted the business. Here is Federal Bank, Muthoot Finance and Titan.
To my mind, for sure, the comeback in some of these areas will be very stiff. I mean, when we were in the middle of it on Thursday, even I was worried whether we'd be able to get back to work. Today, we are all back in full flow, and people have to live, right? People have to win back their own life. So I am quite confident that we should not over-trumpet the problem and create a situation. I think the maximum impact would be in certain pockets, which has to be dealt with sensibly, just like the way various other crises have been dealt with. But you will see the comeback is quite significant and swift. Through SLBC, through IBA and ourselves, we are reaching out to RBI, presenting the case. We may not get an outcome in a few days, but I'm sure by end of the month there will be clarity on the regulatory forbearance, if there is any, that can be brought to customers, because they surely need time to regrow. Our 590 branches in Kerala, around 75-80 branches is in the territory you mentioned right now. Kerala business is a large remittance business. I see both rupee where it is and the need for money coming in. Remittance will increase at least 40%, which will be a massive benefit. Rebuild will be a massive benefit. Demand consumption increase because of people having to get their lives back. Some challenges in geographies that need infra improvement. That's the commitment of the state. I think that will happen. And there's resources is not going to be the issue.
Less than 5% or 4 to 5% of our business comes from Kerala, because Kerala is generally seen by us as a resource mobilization state and not as a lending state. But as far as the impact of on the branches are concerned, only 3 of our branches which were on the ground floor have been affected due to this flood. As far as the NPAs are concerned, since we have the gold with us, the NPAs is just a technical NPA and we are fully secured with the gold always with us. So I don't think there is an impact on that on the P&L.
Generally, softening of gold prices is good for business. Having said that, I think the industry is still not as buoyant as it used to be in the past. We've talked about that for the last 6 months or so. So to that extent, there is some softening of the demand, but hopefully the softening of gold prices should help. The southern states generally have been hit quite badly. At least Karnataka and Kerala have been hit very badly due to the rains. So one is hoping that things settle down there fast and it picks up.
Okay, it's all that there is today on this edition of Midcap Radar. From Rima, me, everyone on the team, thank you very much for staying. Market holding